protesters targeted Chinese finance factories. That's amidst the anti-Chinese sentiment growing in the country for quite some time now. That's because protesters and many people in the country widely believe that the Chinese government might have been behind the coup, and also lately hasn't condemned the coup, so hasn't talked much about the military coup in terms of condemnation. So this sort of anti-Chinese sentiment is widespread growing.
So there's been heavy Chinese investment over the years. Is it believed that they could influence the military junta at the moment to stop the crackdown?
It's very much so. As a very big investor with a lot of assets in the country, with investment, and also ideologically a similar, closer to the military government, so would have stepped in and play an important role. But no one really surprised that China hasn't said much, in terms of condemnation, release of the political prisoners. But now, with the factories being torched, the Chinese embassy has issued a statement saying Myanmar government needs to protect, please protect Chinese owned businesses. And before also they have called for the government to protect the twin pipelines for the natural gas. So that really angered the people. That is that all the Chinese government cares about, economic interest over lives, people being shot. So I think that's really upset the people. But there are different sides to this story as well.
So just for a moment, though, tapping into this anti-China sentiment, and if the protesters are targeting these Chinese factories, does it not distract from the actions of the junta?
Very much so. That could be, we can only speculate that could be what the junta might have wanted, divide and rule. So the very much anger that brewing now could be, misdirected to, say, either racial differences, racial fighting, or religious differences. So I think there has been some attempt so far to see this attention now focusing on the military coup. It directed to other causes, and with so much reminders to protesters on the social media about not to lose sight.
Indeed, and that is a big factor. Of course, there doesn't seem to be any sense, though, that the military junta is going to back away. The protesters are digging in as well. What are your expectations as to how this is going to play out?
So there's so much anger there and so much determination from the part of the protesters that lives lost, okay, can get shot, but they keep going out. And then the military is also stepping up the violence. That's also because Armed Force Day, that's the March 27th. So that's coming up. Usually there are parades around the country. So I think they want to do that. Parades. So, this sort of a crushing down ahead of the Armed Force Day seems very important. So it's a determination on their side as well. So what could be, better is a negotiation and the government listening to the protesters to see what they want. But that might not happen anytime soon, I don't think.
No, indeed. A difficult and unfolding situation. I appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.